Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yo, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
This is the one and only. Go ahead. I mean, I usually do it, but I'm gonna let you do it.
I knew you was gonna say that, and I was prepared to give you your introduction.
My introduction.
Your introduction.
Okay.
You're listening to the Trip Over Radio Show.
Hey!
An alternative means of psychedelic masturbation with your host, Kay Kapoor.
Oh shit! Damn.
And Kay Kapoor, you know why I introduced myself first? Because it's ladies first, and because he's a gentleman. He is a gentleman, and he makes sure that he takes care of the ladies first. And he's got a bunch of ladies out there in the universe that love him, just like I do. And I wouldn't be here without Will BK. So let me give it up for him one time, y'all. Let's give it up for your host, Will BK.
Oh my God! I was not expecting all of that.
That's why expectations are fucked up. You should not ever have them.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate everyone that come over to the Trip Over Radio Show. But of course, the Trip Over Radio Show isn't the same without the lady du jour, the one and only hostess of the Cupcake Caddy Radio Show that comes on right before the Trip Over Radio Show here on S.STREET Media. Also, she is a soon-to-be author. She is a showcase host. She's a singer. She's a performer. She's a dancer. She's going to be on all these different things she's got going on for everybody. Don't give it up just for me, but give it up for Kay Kapoor, everybody. Hey. All right, that was enough.
Hi.
Ow. I usually make that noise when I just can't get that last piece of poop out.
See what I'm saying? See what I told you, Solomon? I told you he was going to be gross.
Shoot. But that's what we do. What's going on, everybody? This is, so we're both looking up.
He's on the air. Don't be sending him no messages right now.
Yeah, cousin. I mean, yeah, thank you for your phone number. I appreciate it. Yo, man, this is our Triple Radio Show. This is Bill Cosby Tuesdays, where 3 to 6 will get you 3 to 10. That means 3 to 6 inches or whatever Bill had for you. You got.
I know 10. He was hung. Don't do that to him. 3 to 6.
He was not no damn hung.
Yes, he was hung.
He was hung with what?
Don't lie. He had all of the potential down under them drawers.
Didn't. That's why he drugged him, because he knew that he was short. He was short in syndication.
No, I heard that he had so much in the pants that he had to he had to give them Novocaine to get them ready because he was so well endowed.
Novocaine.
That's what I heard. I'm just saying the pills.
Oh, she called them
Quaaludes.
She called him Bill Cosby. That shit
Bill-
is funny.
He called
That
it
shit is real funny.
So Bill Cosby, really, he had the gift down below.
Do you think he was mostly
And I'm gonna tell you
jerking?
who else had the gift down below. Bobby Brown had the gift.
Yes, because she went to the Bobby Brown. Oh, no. Here we go. She got me saying this shit. Now.
I did go to the
She
Bobby
went
Brown
to the
concert.
RBRM concert
I
in
went to the Bobby
Atlantic
Brown
City,
concert.
and I saw him at least the week before. Well, them RBRM
before. You
at
saw them
Coney
2 days
Island,
before.
and I thought they were great.
They were great.
And
Bobby was great. No, they were all great. I ain't gonna front.
thought it was me.
I thought it was me.
Uh-huh.
Turns out she's like that every day.
Yes, ma'am. And Aroni.
The truth about Aroni.
She's the sweetest, sexy girl.
You can treat her right, real nice, and hold her tight.
Next.
Woo!
Cause only tenderonis can give a special love. Special kind of love that makes you feel good inside.
If you believe in love and all that it will do for you.
Give it a chance, girl. You find romance. Oh, no, that's okay. That's all I got for you.
I was going to continue, but I had to look at your face.
No.
Struggling to get those notes.
I wasn't.
And you can find the tenderoni that is right for you. Make it official.
Am I going up? Give it your love.
No, you missed it. That's
No,
not
I went down. I went the
go,
right way.
You're supposed to be down.
No, I did go down.
You took the falsetto. No, you
you were
didn't.
supposed to go up.
I did, but you.
Oh
Forget it.
God.
That's why you ain't
Queen
gonna
Age,
go.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Was it? She was supposed. She hit the wrong note. I go down because I'm bass.
You didn't go
She
down.
taught me that I'm bass.
But you said,
And she
give
and
it your
she-
love. You supposed to go, love.
See?
That's you. I'm a. You hear the difference? See, you messed it up.
How come
Now-
I can't do that when they throw unseasoned singers in there with me last minute? I know which note I'm supposed to be in. It's not time to take them both. I'm just trying to say.
Okay.
Christian, what's going on? But anyway, they put on a great show.
As they did.
Describe what the show is like, so in case people want they're coming to your market, they know what to look for.
You know what I appreciated, that it wasn't like the choreography is what made me really happy, is because they got off track with the choreography, because Bobby would often be out of breath.
Yep.
Also, I want you to know that Bobby did lose a couple of pounds because he has been on tour for the last 2 weeks, so he has had to shed those pounds because he's having to move and dance and sing while on stage. So it was nice to see them do the choreography and then not do it. I know that's a weird thing to like, but I did like that it was in sync and then it wasn't. I liked that they were all vocally on. The harmonies, the fucking harmonies. I'm a stickler for harmony. I love a harmony. I love a fucking harmony. It's giving me goosebumps right now. Mm-hmm. So the harmonies were tight. You know what I mean? The harmonies were tight. The way that it was orchestrated, where it was just like synchronized, and it was like the production, whoever just put it together, it was just it was seamless, effortless going through. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even with, I'm pretty sure it was written that way, but talking and then dancing and then the way it was set up was it was brilliant, and it was nonstop energy. If you guys get a chance to see them, because aren't they going to be at NJ Pack or something this weekend?
For the Sister Circle,
they're going to be here this
Girls
weekend.
Circle, Sister Soul. Sister.
You guys, you should go, but they did talk about lowering the ticket prices so that everybody could go. They didn't want to really. They said that they know that they're going to eat. They're not concerned about making money because they're going to make it. But because of the New Edition story, they wanted to make sure that the families come out and watch the show together, like I did with my daughter. So now, like our offspring, and then the previous generations are seeing, or the upcoming generations are seeing who they were and having an appreciation for them, and it was just dope.
Okay.
But they all, you know what else I noticed?
What happened?
They all dyed their hair, because I know the motherfuckers got gray.
They dyed what? Dyed it all black?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
It looked natural-ish, but I'm like, y'all motherfuckers, no. You salt and pepper under there.
Okay.
Don't lie to
Well,
me.
before we get into the nasty stuff, because of course everybody wants to know what nasty stuff we're gonna be talking. We're gonna talk about the nasty stuff later. But let me ask your opinion. You said
Now you interviewing me?
Yes,
Go
I'm
ahead.
interviewing you. So check it out, because Katrina also K Kapoor has a showcase coming up this week. Who's
Yes,
got
I
the
do.
mic,
Who got the mic?
right? How do you feel about that same philosophy that New Edition is taking in terms of readjusting ticket prices? So people does that really, is that normal for people to think about ticket prices or sales so it doesn't hurt the consumer's pockets?
It isn't normal, and that's why I think not being greedy is what makes you money, right? Because you have to know that you're going to make it. They're on tour. They're going to make money. They could make a lot more doing other things, which they dropped the ball on. They could tell you that. They could, because I didn't see any merch out there at all, right? But to be selfish and to have to, like their families are going to eat regardless. They may have to work a little harder, but it's worth it because now their children are going to teach their children about New Edition. So when you think about the future, now is you don't have to think about the immediate gratification, the instant gratification. To me, you can think about the longevity, having longevity. So now, if my daughter knows about New Edition, she's gonna tell her kids about New Edition and her friends. You see what I'm saying? And so they'll be a household name forever. We can't think about right now. So I'm glad that they did it that way.
And it's so crazy that they're just, maybe you're talking about just a few albums ago, that they're really just actually starting to see their money back.
Yeah. Well, they weren't all responsible. Excuse me, I'm choking. They weren't all responsible back when they should have. They all wanted to have these solo projects, which Bobby did well with his, Ralph did well with his, Johnny did well with his. BBD did well with theirs.
BBD actually probably sales wise probably did the best.
No, they didn't. Bobby did the best. Don't do that.
Oh,
now you know my prerogative, and everything did better than that.
Why don't you go this?
He had 3 albums. How many did they have?
They had one. The first one was Poison.
Okay.
Then they had that remix album.
And then?
Well, wait a minute. All of Bobby's albums was not successful.
It don't matter. But he had a hit off of all of them joints.
Yes and...
What the? That's you? That's me?
That's me. Ain't me. I ain't call your ass.
That's my phone right now?
If you put your face close to it, it'll probably be ringing in your ear.
I'm gonna say something.
So...
You can still talk. I have to let her know.
Oh, okay.
Joy.
So it's funny how we're on the air and people were accepting
They
calls.
keep doing... No, I'm not accepting. I have to do it because... Forget it. It ain't working.
It's gone now.
No, it's fine.
Oh, no. You sure?
I'm sure.
I'm sorry, Putin.
Don't be sorry for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm fine.
Oh, what about Chile? Can I cry for you, Chile? No?
You know what?
Okay. But anyway.
Joy, I'm on the air.
She has to take the call.
I'm on the air right now. You don't even watch my radio show. That's why you don't know that.
I'm sorry. I haven't been awake today.
So we have to be quiet. We have to wait for her.
Okay, ma'am. It was. You know what? I love you long time. I want you to stay awake so we can hang out afterwards because I don't have to work for the men in the morning. Is that okay?
Sweet. Come over. I got canvases for you.
Okay. God bless. Peace.
Okay. This is what we do on the triple. We take calls.
Why don't you go to hell?
I'm getting tired of this.
Because I'm
shit.
booked, and you know that.
Remember I told you about this close?
How close?
You okay?
How long?
Right here. Wait. Right there. That's how close she is, y'all. That close.
She that close?
That close.
How long I've been that close for about 2-4 years? How many?
You just
saying
really
I
just
ain't
this
that
over
close.
the course
You
of
that
last
close
year. You actually
to getting slapped.
That's what I was telling you. That close.
That's what I'm that close to? You gonna slap me out here in these streets?
Damn.
You drinking out the can?
Yes, I was.
I don't want no more.
Well, good. Good for you. More for me. Anyway.
You want to speak into the mics like sideways or not?
All right. Is that better?
Wow, yes. You got to show
Well,
you want
damn.
people to hear you, don't you?
So why don't you say something?
Because you've been doing this show for 100 years, fam.
Well, yeah, but my
You
job
put
is
me
my
on.
job. My job is to be in front of the camera.
You don't know.
Smile.
You know what it is?
What is it?
As a singer, the mic is your friend. We know that. We cannot detach ourselves from the mic.
Right.
So I would think it would go the same for radio. Like you'd want people to hear. The whole objective is so that they can fucking hear you.
Right. I agree with that.
When you gonna learn, son?
Shut the hell up.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Anyway, that's okay. Anyway, come on. You ready to get you ready to get your Cosby off?
Bill Cosby,
You
guys.
want to talk about Bill Cosby?
I'm sad
Why?
about Bill Cosby because he's been sentenced to 3 years or less,
Yeah, 3 to 10.
and he had to go down tonight, today. He in there now,
Yeah,
getting his vagina touched.
I'm saying. Judge said, "Fuck that."
But he
Empty
doesn't.
your pockets. Get your fucking ass on the state
I don't know.
pen.
But he laughed. You saw how he snickered. When the judge sentenced him, he snickered. He laughed like,
I thought he was. I thought that snicker. I thought he was smiled prior to walking to.
nah.
Wow.
He snickered afterwards and was like, all right, y'all got me. All right, good, whatever. I'm good. Because it's a sarcastic, like, y'all, all right, that's what y'all wanted? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. All the years I put in producing and working and making people feel great about the black experience. This is what y'all want to tarnish it? You know, like, I made a mistake. Maybe if he had admitted it, then maybe they wouldn't have done that. What do you think?
What do you admit to? What?
Admit to being a perv back then.
Shit.
He
man.
did that.
I wouldn't admit to that shit.
Well then.
But you know what?
Hello,
Let me tell
Larry.
you something. Let me tell you something. What one of the things that contributed to his shit getting guilty is one of the things that because they found him. The judge said he is a violent sexual predator, some shit like that.
He has to register as a sex offender when he
Yes,
gets
he
out.
does. Yes, he does. And they have to notify the
Yep.
community that
Yep.
this motherfucker is moving in your neighborhood.
Yep.
So
I
make
would
sure-
love to have him in my
so-
neighborhood.
so-
I'd be trying to give him some coffee
in
in the morning.
So make sure that
You hungry?
Make sure. And plus, they have to tell all the ice cream trucks you can't park right in front of his house and shit. And if you do park in front of his house, you can't play that tune and whatnot because it draws motherfuckers right. in
Why
front.
he's lying? He don't mean that.
I've got the pudding to go with the ice cream. Does anybody want some? So you can't do that. One of the things that he refused to do
Is?
was he refused a psychological evaluation. That's one of the things that he didn't want to do. So that also kind of made it easy for the judge or the jury to kind of decipher that if you're denying an evaluation, then you must really know what the fuck you were doing and whatnot. I'm saying. Why do you think you did that, Kay? I mean,
Because it ain't y'all business what's going on in my head.
it is our business.
No, it's not.
Shit, why?
No, it's not.
Why?
It's like I'd rather go to jail than you be all in my head. Because I'm not wrapped too tight. None of us are.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? None of us are really. According to who? According to what are we wrapped that tight? What's considered normal? I have abstract thoughts. So now does that make me a pedophile too? Nah,
It could be.
Nah,
It
nah.
could be. Depends on I mean, it depends.
On what?
We don't know if
That's the point. We don't know what we could say that could be used against us or what we could not say. Because we can't say shit if they're doing us an evaluation, right?
So you mean to tell me that have you ever had to go on a date and slip somebody a Mickey just to take advantage of them?
No, fam, look at me. You got a good look? All right. So does it look like I need to slip somebody a Mickey?
For the dudes that are looking.
He
for
just kissed my
desperate
hand. I
women.
blew it out. I ain't want it on my hand no more, so I blew it off.
My cousin Patrice says that she's having a hard time believing he did that shit. Well, guess what,
We don't
cousin?
wanna believe
and I'm
it.
having a hard time keeping these gators down too. But nevertheless, Bill Cosby. I mean, it's true shit. I mean,
He did it.
did
He
it.
did it. R.
This is
Kelly
a-
did it.
This is another
and
OJ
did
minute.
it.
This is another
Right,
OJ
right.
moment.
One problem is not that if he did it or not. We all do things we're not proud of, right? We have people in our family that molested us and did things that they're not proud of, but they ain't going to jail. We got Charlie Sheen trying to give people AIDS, but he ain't going to jail. We got Woody Allen sleeping with his stepdaughters and shit, but he ain't going to jail.
What's her name?
That's the problem.
Like Sue
It's
Me
not
One?
that he did it or he didn't do it. It's that why is he being convicted out of all the people that do things like this? That's the issue here.
I think I'm mostly tired of hearing motherfuckers talk about that bullshit about in terms of circumstance, in terms of consequences, that is. Well, if he's going to get to jail for such and such, then he should go to jail. We're still not equally yoked when it comes to consequences in this fucking world.
What are you talking about equal? We've never been equal. We're black.
I know that.
So what are you talking
my
about?
point is, if the boundaries of justice isn't always going to tip in our favor. Even though if you
When
can't,
does it ever?
you can't always compare. All right, because Harvey Wallstein, Wallbanger, Weinstock, whatever the fuck his name is, got caught all this shit. No, he's not gonna go to jail like the way fucking Bill Cosby's gonna do it, because it's always gonna be about race and how much willie you got. So I won't. Maybe not how much willie you got. Because if he had that much with Little Willie, I don't think he should go to jail that long. But maybe he does have some Willie, you know.
That man is well endowed. I'm telling you that right now.
You could
He
be.
may not be able to get it up because he's 81, but he was able to give them. He had to put them to sleep to give them the business.
I'm saying Sharika
He shouldn't have, but that's what he had to. He had to ease it in slow while they were asleep.
Sharika Sutherland says they're just trying to kill his whole character. They're trying to kill his whole recipe. They already killed his whole
Well,
shit.
they tried to get Ben Vereen.
They did get Ben Vereen, good old Ben, Uncle
They got Ben. So that's what I'm saying.
But he didn't go to jail. But they got him caught out there, and they catching motherfuckers left and right.
But at
now.
this point, like you're right, you are right about something. They're not discriminating against who they are putting on Front Street. They're not, but it's only us being prosecuted. R. Kelly, you're next.
Shit, I'm just saying.
Shade.
I'm just saying.
And I'm not saying no shade.
This should be a
You're
you
next.
too motherfucker movement. That's a true movement. You too motherfucker. Don't think it's just us. It's you too. I'm telling. But I'm sure there's women predators out there. How come they're not
I want you
getting
to
caught?
turn your mic around, or otherwise I'm shutting this interview down.
You ain't shutting shit down. Sorry, Sharika. Sharika wants to know why Trump is not in jail.
I don't want to talk about why we gotta always talk about this white.
Because I don't
orange-
want to talk about it because she asked the question.
Oh, creamsicle. That's what she's. Creamsicle. He's white and orange. I
I'm
don't want
saying.
to.
Shit, man. I'm getting sick of this shit. What else we gonna fucking talk about? I want to talk about this shit no more.
All right, Pill. What? Why are you giving it to me?
I'm just saying because I can't read your fucking handwriting.
Okay, so we were talking about addiction.
Ooh.
We're talking about
I like that too.
R. Kelly's victims because if Bill Cosby goes down, Kel should go down. We know that Kel's victims came forward and they talked about the people that were there that were underage. One of the girls got out. And she wrote a book about it. And she's saying, there's still some underage girls in there who have stories to tell. They won't because they're afraid and they want the money, so forth and so on. And they were asking her things that let you know that she was not making this up. She says that he loves to be bent over and penetrated from behind by these women that are in the house. And
With what?
With dildos. He has like a stash of dildos.
I wonder what brand of dildo he likes to get fucked.
I don't know, but like if he sometimes
Sponsor us,
it
please.
depends. Like sometimes he'll ask the girls to do it to them, or he'll do it. He'll make them watch. So like if they don't penetrate him, he'll penetrate himself, and he's always in this downward dog position, and that's how he likes to get off.
Wow.
Like so sometimes he'll make love to them or fuck them or whatever it is, but then he has to finish it that way by being penetrated. And he does have gay sex because there's a guy who's also in the book that she talks about by name, who we've seen, we know him, we know the guy.
His name is Bill Cosby.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not
kidding.
Pill.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
Pill. It ain't Pill Cosby. But what's up with Kels still being out in the world, and he's still violating these women. Like I feel like I want to give Pill a pass. I want to give Pill a pass because it was so long ago. But you still have to be responsible for the things that we've done. They will come out eventually. It's called karma. And so you'll feel like you'll get away with these things because it was in your past, but it's not in the past of these women that are abused and still have to live with that. So if R. Kelly is currently, she calls him Rob. If Rob's currently doing this, then imagine what he's going to get when the girls eventually come forward.
Well, but that's the thing. The thing about it is he's been able to if he gets, you know what? The thing about it is he's so fucking slick. His shit has been slick for years. Mm-hmm. So, and yes, R. Kelly is a pervert as well. But his shit has been so slick and so tight for years that it's really hard to pin this motherfucker. With that's the pedophile piper. That's what he needs to be called, the pedophile piper. Mm-hmm. But the walls is caving in on him. But someone like him, I could see him being suicidal.
Pill?
No, not Pill Cosby. Ill Kelly.
You can see him being suicidal. Yeah.
I think Ill Kelly. If Ill Kelly gets caught out there, I think he'll be suicidal.
Yeah, he might.
He might. He'll have the perfect song for that shit too.
What's it gonna call? What's it gonna be called?
I don't know yet. He's got so many different ones.
I don't want him to die.
Maybe
I don't want
if it's
anybody to
not gonna be
die.
down low, it might be down in, down in,
Down in. Keep it on the down and down and
Oh.
down and down and
Uh,
down and down and
check the boss. You
down
said you fuck
and-
me, but I need you, baby. Don't you know I'm gonna? No, I don't. Shit, man. But anyway, you can always call us in on the office on the station phone number.
Can they?
And,
You making up stuff? You sure?
I certainly am. But you can.
Okay.
Give us a call at the phone number that's listed over there. And, give us a call and tell us what you think here. We're a bunch of freaks up on this motherfucker.
Don't say we. Don't do that.
I'm saying.
You always want to say we freaky.
My behind is telling me no. My behind is telling me no. I'm a lie. No, it's not saying that. I'm really wanting it to. But yeah,
You're gross.
I know, man. Should I tell people what's going on with me health wise or no?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I am going through a health related thing, but Kay knows about it, but I don't know because I know it truly upsets her. So I'm not gonna. I probably won't. I shouldn't mention it.
I don't know.
No.
Here's what we'll say. Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
I don't want to make the show serious because it's not a serious show all the time. We just want to inform you because that's what we're to do. But when you have the platform, I believe profoundly, Joy, stop. I'm on the damn air. You going to be texting me on the damn thing? So I believe that because you have a platform that you should just speak candidly and you should let people know about things that they should be aware about. Mm-hmm. I think it's important for people to know. And I think the importance tonight is of men's health. And
is it?
For sure. Because black men and specifically don't want to go to the damn doctor. They don't want to go to Ken. Don't want to go to the doctor. People don't want to go to the doctor. I'm fine. Let me put some duct tape on it. I'll be all right. Put an ice pack. Wrap it up. There's some things we can't wrap up internally that you can't see. And I'm seeing men in their 40s, 30s dying of heart attacks and strokes, not understanding why. Yes. People that I was in school with died. Roland, for example, rest in peace to you, just died for nothing because we don't want to go to the doctor, black men. So, getting your colons checked is very important. You don't want nobody in your anus. We know. But if you don't do that, you are susceptible to getting certain kinds of ailments that you can avoid. So I know insurance is an issue. I hear a lot of men say, I don't have the money to go to the doctor. But do your family have the money to bury you? Mm-hmm. Do they? Should they be left with this responsibility of all the bills and not having a father? Is that fair? Or brother?
Or
is that cool? Or godfather? So stop being selfish, black bastards. To those of you who don't want to go to the doctor, that's for you.
Sharika said you're right on. I'm like, yeah. So I don't know yet. I have to really talk that over with Kay to see if I'm going to mention it and whatnot.
What are you doing?
But now she opens up now she wants to open up my shirt.
I don't want to open it up. I'm going to see why you had it open.
And
what's up, Rob?
People.
How you doing? Congratulations on you and a new family.
No.
And the
she
baby.
wants to put her head on my tattooed chest.
I'm not gonna do that. You don't even have no tats. Give me the alcohol.
We don't have any alcohol up in here in the studio. What she want to say?
Don't give me none.
Well, she actually takes it from my fucking hair. Anyway, we're actually gonna go on a break. Do you want to go on a break?
I like breaks.
You like breaks? Okay, so we have to let our engineer know that we're getting ready to go on the break. That's the
protocol.
Right, that's the protocol. We didn't even give him the Q word.
You didn't, because I don't remember that.
Oh,
my short-term memory's gone.
We're about to give him 3 to 10. Right? We're going to give him 3 to 10?
He don't have 3 to 10. He don't got 10 years, does he?
I don't know.
He's supposed to be doing 3 or less, not 3 to 10.
Bill Cosby's doing, he's going to do something. He's definitely doing 1 day in jail, at least.
He's doing,
Hey, Scott, what's up? Hey, Janice,
with good behavior, how long
good
he should be in there for? 1.5 years, 2 years? Bill, I'm sorry. I'm going to write you.
I'm saying, what you going to write and tell him?
I don't know. I'm gonna tell him to watch the Cupcake Caddy radio show and trip over, I guess. I don't know. Whatever's on my heart at the moment. Dear Bill. No, I'm gonna say, dear Mr. Cosby.
We need some Dear Bill
Dear,
music.
Dear Mr. Cosby, I want to thank you for Fat Albert. Hey, hey, hey. I want to thank you for A Different World. I want to thank you for your stand-up comedy. I want to thank you for The Cosby Show. I want to thank you for A Different World. What came after The Cosby Show? He had something else with
A
him.
Different World.
No, where he was living like Lower East Side or something. He had some other show.
I think it was just called Cosby. No,
It could have been. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, it was just called Cosby.
I want to thank you for representing HBCUs. Every time you had a show, you had a different show, a shirt on, a hoodie, Spellman. I want to thank you for putting us on the Coogee. Hillman's. Yes, he always wore T-shirts. No, he had Temple. He always had his thing. So I want to thank you for the Black experience. I want to thank dear Bill, dear Mr. Cosby. I want to thank you for showing us what a complete Black household looks like in some families. You know, giving us something to achieve, to attain. You know, to whatever for. Yeah. I just want to thank him. I'm just sending a letter of gratefulness.
That's what you
And
said.
I want to thank him for experimenting with drugs, because some people are afraid to do that. And he did. And I want to say, how do you feel, Mr. Cosby, knowing that you did these things in your younger years and you've learned from them? I'm pretty sure he's learned from them.
Shit.
He had to make mistakes in order to learn, right?
I think I can dig that. I probably would write a letter to Cosby too.
And say what?
I'd be like, dear Mr. Cosby, thank you. Thank you for showing me how to get pussy easier by just trying to snip in motherfucking drugs and people's drinks and whatnot. Thank you. Thank you for being.
That's all he did.
Thank
See,
you
that's
for
what I'm
being,
saying.
Thank
That's
you for
not
being
right.
strategic on when to give it to him and whatnot, and then play it off like, you're feeling pretty sleepy right now.
I don't like this.
Thank you for at least putting their clothes back on after you get your freak on and whatnot, or at least putting them in a cab so that at least they'll be comfortably on their way home. Thank you for at least giving them giving them different opportunities to kind of further advance their careers and whatnot. Thank you.
That's what you're thinking. You're insulted by this drug thing.
No, I know, Ruby. I know.
He's being heartless. Maybe ladies out here, maybe we're not being heartless enough. Maybe we're taking abuse too lightly. You ever thought about that? Maybe we're so used to being abused and manipulated that we think it's normal now. Yeah, ever thought about that? Is that possible? I think it's possible that we're so forgiving and willing to forgive the Black man, that we willing to forgive Bill Cosby. But that could have been our daughter, our sister, our mother, our cousin, and we're just like, he didn't do it because he's a celebrity. Are we thinking about this?
And he's older.
I'm thinking about it right now. Like, I've been like, it hurt me to believe that he could have done this, but it would have. How bad would have hurt if it was somebody in your family? Are we too forgiving? Are we just like so easily to forgive people for doing some shit because we just want to we want to keep up the name? You know, a lot of times the men are like, don't say nothing. Don't tell them I pushed you.
But at the same time, sometimes it's self-imposed not to say anything at the same time because of who it is, or what type of problem they're going to be brought. Like, they don't want them to lose their job, or stuff like that. Sometimes it's self-imposed not to say anything.
That's what I'm saying. So like, we're like, you have people on your feed right now saying, oh, he didn't do this. I don't want to believe he did it either. And even though I believe that he did do it, I'm still gracious to him in some way. It's crazy. You know, that we're like so used to victimizers, we still forgiving them and wanting to be, forgive them for stuff. My abuser, and he ain't physically do anything to me, but I'm still like, I don't want him to lose his job. My bosses are like, well, we'd rather fire him and keep you. And I'm like, but he has a family. They're like, but you do too. So I'm like, is this a syndrome that we share, women? That we're just so readily able to forgive motherfuckers that do shit to us or other women like us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Anyway,
Something to think about. Anyway,
let's talk about drugs, baby.
yes.
Let's talk about you and
We can
me.
talk about that when we come back, unless you want to go on the break.
I don't got nothing else to say. I'm tired.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. This is, you know what we are. Oh, wait. Sharika, I'll say this really quick. Nope, I saw all those ugly white bitches, and I refuse to believe all those beautiful sisters he was working with or working around he never approached. That's
There
right. Hey,
was, didn't he?
yeah, the one bitch that the
Why she gotta be a
it was a
bitch?
sister that at her testimony
She,
was the
yeah.
one that really sunk his ass in, and she was I guess a administrator at Temple.
Uh
She
huh.
was a basketball player and whatnot
Yep.
during
They weren't
her.
all white. They were
So
mostly white.
so
So it like it.
so yeah, it's just,
Like and like I'm a little bit colorblind. I'm not so colorblind, but like I really I stand tall with Black American people because we've been done so wrongly all our lives. But this is not about black or white, guys. It's about being taken advantage of. And do like white people do have the propensity to do fucked up shit and lie, like they've always been saying. We've been raping them, like Emmett Till and all that. They've been saying this for a long time, but it's just too many of them, and like it's too far down the road for them to just be like, now, all right, now when he's 80, we gonna get him. It just doesn't make sense.
yeah, I guess not.
It
Anyway,
doesn't.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we're gonna talk about some more of this shit later when we come back.
I ain't
This is the Trip Over Radio Show.
an alternative means of psychedelic masturbation.
With your boy Will B K.
And K Kapoor.
That's right. We'll be right back in a minute.
Yup.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You're just a nervous wreck over there. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
trying to help you out, but so is he.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Aren't you supposed to be sitting over here with me instead of you mouthing off way over there?
I'm coming.
Okay. Anyway, this is the Trip Over Radio Show. An alternative means of psychedelic masturbation. And yes, we are back. Live and direct from the S Street Media Studio here in Brooklyn, USA. We are an alternative means of psychedelic masturbation, and it's the combination of your boy Will BK and the person that screamed in the background is K Kapoor. And we're having a good time up in this BITICCCH, and we just put a lot of we were talking about Bill Crosby, and a little bit of R. Kelly, and they're the great pedophiles of this decade. It's fucked up, but what are you gonna do? We're not here to be politically correct. Hey, Sharika came back. But there are other things in the world that's been going on and whatnot. Plus, we also talked about K Kapoor's experience with RBRN, which is Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Big Will and whatnot. Crystal Parks is back. Thank you for everybody just popping back in to just hear the zany shit that me and Kay's talking about. Of course, if you ever want to come on to the Trip Over, just shoot us over an email, tripoverradioshow@gmail.com. Or which one, the K Kapoor one? Which one?
Trip Over Radio Show.
Or the Trip Over Radio Show @gmail.com.
The Instagram.
Or Trip Over Radio Show at Instagram. Yes, and you're not talking into the microphone, so we can't hear you.
Okay.
But there you go.
Is that better?
Yes, absolutely. Someone who's knows their way around the mic should be able to know that you have to speak directly into the mic. You can't be talking over here to the side and whatnot. You have to talk directly into it so we all can hear you. Hear that sweet voice of yours. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
Which one we going with?
So tonight we're going to talk about, because Will BK loves drugs.
I love the discussion of drugs.
He loves to discuss drugs. He loves to use them.
I know. I love the discussion of what drugs we can use today. How about that?
And so we were thinking about.
Detail, honey. What's up?
We were thinking about like people who have these substance abuse issues. Are they really abuse issues? Are they recreational? Are they? Would you think? Okay, so specifically, I want to talk to the weed smokers out there.
Okay.
As a weed head, pothead, right? Hello, Michael. As a weed head, do you feel like if you had more money, you'd smoke more? Do you think that is an addiction? Do you think that you're functional, like because you can maintain a job and your family, that it's not an addiction? Do you see that it's something that you incorporate to your daily life? Do you smoke, wake and bake? Are you smoking on your lunch break? Are you smoking after work as soon as you get off? Are you smoking before bed? Do you have to smoke before you eat? Is that an addiction?
But what about the people that feel that, and I do have to agree that weed is not. It is not a drug.
Weed's not a drug.
As depending on how semantically you want to talk about it.
Sure it is.
But it's from the earth. It's here for you and me. What about that theory and whatnot? What makes it a drug, though?
Sugar's a drug, but it's from the earth.
Sugar's not from the earth.
Sugar cane is from the earth.
Sugar cane is from the earth.
So it's a drug. It's not good for us.
Oh, okay.
We overindulge in it. Are things that we overindulge in, like sex, can it be a drug? Yes, it can.
That can be a drug, sure.
Okay, so can weed.
Yeah, but what about things that are proven? A good point, Sharika. It's proven fact that it's good for like certain type of ailments.
Sure.
So it's not necessary. So it's not necessarily a drug. However, it still is used as a drug to help modify or help suppress certain types of reactions. It also helps to induce appetite, as Sharika says. Hey, Raquel Lockhart, how you doing?
Well, sugar's used to produce false energy, but it keeps us awake. We use it. We use it to have things taste better. We use it to make us happy. We celebrate around sugar and birthday cakes and cookies and pies. So these things are on the market. They're advertised for our benefit, but we also can overindulge in these things. Is it true then that things that we overindulge in are drugs, whether they are legally said as such or not? Should we be overindulging in anything? Does that make us abusers? Because sex, they don't say sex is a drug, but it is when we use it irresponsibly. Am I right?
It I think the thing about it, what makes it a little bit more confusing is when we talk about drugs. You know, when we talk about drugs, are we talking about the are we talking about the euphoric feeling? Because each drug apparently has, there is some type of euphoria. Hey, Karen Earl, there's a certain part of it. There's a certain euphoria that we do get off on. There is a highness. There is a crash. You know, if it even if it's sex, you done sexed all out, and now you ain't got nothing left. Or or you're still wanting more. And then you have to, if you want more, now you have to start being multi-jerknal. If you, I mean, so everything has. When you talk drug, are we talking about those same attributes? The high, the low, the binge, so I mean, so all of these different things, even though it doesn't have to necessarily come from the earth, but still has some type of modifying repercussions and whatnot. Oh shit, man, I'm starting to sound like Dr. Cosby. I'm just saying, shoot. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing
Well,
something.
are you asking me?
I'm just talking out loud. I was looking for some feedback. Whatnot.
Uh, I don't know. This is the question that I'm asking you guys. I want to ask you guys, like, we have certain friends of ours that like to indulge in cocaine, right? And
don't know
so,
people like
but they do it. Like we have people that work for Fortune 500 companies that engage in cocaine usage, and we don't judge them because they're our friends, right? But well, I think we were talking about New Edition and how Ricky Bell was he talked about candidly about his drug use and how he started with ecstasy and
With his wife.
with his wife. And we were talking about like how out of control could you be if you had the resources? Do you think that you just have the ability to just be like, oh, you got some chill? Or are there times when you just feel like you have the money to ball out and you go extra hard to get high? Whatever that is, drunk, high. I know people that drink every day. I know people that drink on my job. So if you had more money, how much more would you do? Do you have that much more self-control? So that's why we're talking about addiction and, how many prostitutes would you fuck if you had more money? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think that it's always going to be that quest to see how long shit could last. How long could that high feeling last? How long could this threesome or this foursome or this one-some with this lady of the night last? I think that's the thing that we never want to escape. We never want to lose that feeling. We never want to lose that, because especially if you're talking about cocaine, because I did a little stint with cocaine. But the thing about it is that, the cocaine euphoric usage is only lasts for really about 15 minutes, maybe less, 15 minutes or less.
Right.
So you have to keep doing it. So the more that you keep doing it, then yeah, that contributes to you being an addict, because those subtle in betweens keep you going to it's almost habitual. So it's the same thing with anything else. The more that you keep on self-absorbing, or self-serving,
Right.
that feeling.
What is your definition of a junkie then? Because my definition is a junkie does everything. A junkie's snort lines of cocaine and then try to come down with heroin, or while they're getting high on cocaine, they're gonna be smoking weed and drinking and smoking cigarettes. So now they're smoking cigarettes, drinking, coming down on meth or whatever. So, or not coming down on meth, because you can't come down on meth. But what is your idea of it? Is it somebody who just does everything? My idea of a junkie is they do everything. Or is it somebody who just doesn't have a limit? Do we call them junkies? I also think that junkies are people that are just out of control. They're on the street. They're doing whatever they can to get the high. What is your idea of a junkie? What is your idea of a functional addict?
Well, the thing about it, I'll answer that question first. What's a functional addict? A person that can actually sustain a level of a level of
Control.
a level of control, along with, so they know that balance between knowing when too much is too much and just enough. Yeah, it's just almost when you're almost about to reach that edge or reach that point where you realize, you know what, I know I've had enough at this point. Um, but at the same time, what also contributes to junkies and whatnot, a lot of it is government based. I think where it's still the same thing that Sharik is saying is that sometimes it's just a matter of certain levels of advertising. How no, absolutely,
I think
absolutely.
I know weed smokers who fucking wake up every day. They know they got to get an eighth every day to have to function, right? They're addicts. They're functional addicts. They are able to do their day-to-day regimens successfully, but they have a dependency issue,
But
legal or not.
okay, yeah, but at the same time, it is still same keywords we talked about the other day: visibility and familiarity. As long as from a perspective of media, there's still a strategic attribute that media has to keep it perpetuating in your head, keep you constantly thinking about it, keep you constantly so whether it's an advertisement on a train, whether it's something that's mentioned in a commercial, whether it's something that's mentioned on the news. I mean, those particular outlets still perpetuate the same thought process of keeping it on the forefront of your head. It's not always just being like, you know what, on my own accord, I want to do that. Sometimes there are some factors, some mitigating factors that do keep it on the forefront of your mind. Now, Sarika said the method of controlling people by controlling their customers was quite successful, so much that it became a national strategy for keeping certain populations under the watch and control of the government. During hearings during hearings on marijuana law in the 1930s, claims were made about marijuana's ability to cause men of color to become violent and solicit sex from
That's
white
true.
women. So the imagery became the backdrop for the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937, which effectively banned its use
She needs
and
her own
sales.
radio
All
show.
right, no, just tell them. All
She
right,
needs her
cousin
own radio
Brittany.
show.
Now tell
Shout out to you,
'em.
Sarika.
Shit.
She
Let
needs her
'em
own radio
know.
show. Listen, media has never prompted us to do anything that we didn't want to do. You know, maybe we glamorized weed smoking. You know, maybe we did that. Maybe Snoop helped us do that. Whatever it was, we've always smoked weed because it's mellowed us out and it's made us less violent than anybody I ever known. However, I'm not talking about what the government does for us because, yeah, things are advertised. Cigarettes were advertised, but lots of weed smokers don't smoke cigarettes. So this. I'm thinking about your personal walk with it. We never see recently we're seeing legalizations of weed or whatever, but it's not as bad as like cocaine and heroin and that synthetic weed or
Like K2 shit.
K2. That's what we're really talking about. Weed has not really been like, we know that we're not selling our TV to get a hit for fucking weed.
Shit.
So, who?
I'm just saying, shit. Who hasn't? Well, I haven't, but
No, I don't think any of us have. Maybe we would not pay a bill to get your fucking eighth, but nobody's selling no shit for nobody's selling pussy for no marijuana. I don't think so. D. Taylor.
he was just on my.
If Will doesn't button his shirt up and stop showing his cleavage, I'm gonna need to take some damn drugs to deal with that type of exposure. D,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
there's
He
nothing.
thinks
wrong.
he got something to show.
There's nothing wrong with a black man.
Ain't nothing right with it
There's nothing
either.
wrong with a black man showing a little bit of his what's going on here. I wanted to show more of my man Dingo, so I just opened up my shirt a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And once again, this goes with what we were saying just now in terms of the media. Trying to bring down the black man.
Ain't nobody trying to bring down a
You
black
see,
man.
You're trying to see a black man here. You want to show a little bit of his shit, and all of a sudden now everybody wants to haterade on your boy. It's all
We
right.
want to
though.
haterade on your bird chest.
It's not a bird chest. I don't think it's a bird chest. Shit. You know what? Hold us. I'm sick of this bullshit. All right. Okay.
Everybody, he's taking off his shirt. He wants.
Look at that. That's you know what I'm saying? You see the cuts? You see the titties? Look at that. You see the titties? You see the pack? Okay? Alright? Okay? There you go. There you go. Shit.
No, thank you.
No. Bang. Bang. You want some Bobby Brown? My shit.
This is your prerogative.
Shoot. Oh shit.
Oh man, I could do just what to do. That ain't bringing you down.
Thank you.
Get out your feelings.
Shoot. Who?
D said that. D Taylor said it.
Who's bringing who down?
That's not bringing you down. She said.
Oh no, I'm just cause I look great. Shit, I look good.
So for all you addicts out there, I just want to let you know that you should do drugs responsibly or irresponsibly. Hello.
Talking about.
Hello, Lene Bradley. How are you? Thank you for listening and watching our show.
You know, Sharika said, "Our eyes have mercy on our eyes."
Will BK just took off his shirt for all of you ladies to either be grossed out or be enticed by.
Grossed out.
His perfections or imperfections. So I just want you to do drugs responsibly. I want you to get high as you want. Just make sure that you're paying your bills and eating and being healthy and being responsible. I don't give a fuck what you do. I think that if you're doing prescription drugs, that you should be a little bit more careful because they are manufactured and they're not also so natural. But if you want to do a little weed, you want to do a little blow, you want to do a little Molly, MDMA. Some of it is really natural. Some of it is not. I think you should do some mushrooms. Those are natural.
Do you have any tips for people for like certain survival tips if you're going to decide to take?
Yes, I think my surviving tips for people. Who is this? What's up, Aki? Thank you for watching the show. So I want you, live your best life. We don't have a lot of it to live. We don't know if we're going to live into our 80s like Bill Cosby. We don't know it. So, if you're going to indulge in any of these stimulants, just be responsible. Just make sure that you pay your bills, that your kids eat, you got picture day money, that you got trip money for those fucking kids.
Triple.
That you are making sure you have deodorant because nobody should be offended by your BO, every day. Make sure you got toothpaste and mouthwash or whatever that you need. That's it. Make sure that you're eating, and I'm fine with whatever you do with your life. Don't do it and overindulge in it where your heart is you'll know your heart is palpitating. You should stop. Yeah, right? That your body's going to tell you, oh shit, you're dehydrated. You're seeing things you're not supposed to see. You're supposed to know when to stop. You're starting to think irresponsibly, oh shit, if I just spent this last money, your lights are now going to be shut off and then you're going to sleep at Bebe's house. That's not really what you should be doing. So get high. I don't care about it, but just make sure that you're not going to, everything else is not being sacrificed as a result of it.
Yeah, and also if you're gonna, and I think I said this before, make sure you have a contingency plan if you're gonna be doing drugs with your friends. Make sure there's at least one person there that's not overdoing it with you as well. Make sure you got water on standby. In case for dehydration. Make sure you got little snacks that you can keep, offsetting the salt or the liquor or stuff like that. Make sure that if you're going to buy from people, make sure you keep buying from at least the same person that you can
that's very
trust.
Important.
Make sure you do that. Shit.
Well, speaking of marijuana, but yeah, so you guys just be responsible. Live your life. Have fun. You're going to drink. Make sure you're not drinking cheap shit because that's just going to erode your kidneys and your liver. Make sure that if you're going to be putting these substances in your body, that they're of quality. Invest in your liquor, right?
Or your cocaine.
Stop buying shit that they done mixed up and forgot in the car wash. Make sure that you get, some reputable things.
Make sure you really look at, if you're gonna purchase some drugs from somebody, really look at that shit. Take the time out to actually look at it. Make sure it looks, smell it. Make sure you take time out and make sure that it's, is this baby powder? Is this laundry detergent? Is this, whatever? Is this shit cut with glass? You really take the time out, the few minutes, and make sure that what you got is something that is
Oh yeah.
familiar with you.
Oh yeah, like if you make sure you ain't smoking oregano. Like I don't think that would hurt you if you're smoking basil and oregano. But just make sure if you want to get high that you're doing it responsibly, because people are taking Percocets and Vicodin and Xanax and not waking up in the morning. They're overindulging in these things. But I don't know nobody's overdosing from weed. I don't know anybody. There's no case known to man where somebody overdosed on weed. Maybe they had a heart condition, and they figured that out later, but that wasn't as a result of smoking too much weed. But I'm just talking about like if your regular day-to-day responsibilities are not being met, then that's a problem.
That's true. Also, another tip: be honest. If you're not feeling good, or the shit is making you feel something that you're not accustomed to feeling, say something.
Yeah. That's great, Will BK.
You think so?
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
I just comes up with it one time.
I was on a boat ride. Shout out to Tainted Love. I was on a boat ride, and this guy came on the boat, and he said he wanted to do everything. Right? He wanted to. This boat ride is a ride that they have edibles, and like all the food is infused with THC. Right? So. This guy, a particular guy, he was a newbie. He comes on the boat and he's like, I just want to get fucked up and pass out. And that's exactly what he did. He got fucked up and passed out, and nobody knew what was wrong with him. But everything that he was served was, THC infused. So he couldn't actually overdose. He actually was dehydrated. So, like, I had a friend one time, shout out to you, Toby. I'm saying it out loud, Toby, because, that's what you did back then, and that was back then. But Toby one time, we were in the club, and I was like, yo, you on anything tonight? He said, yeah. He said, I took a couple of ecstasy pills. I'm like, well, how many did you take? He said 4, but he had up 6 fingers. I said, all right, so all right. You took how many? He put up 8 fingers. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. This motherfucker starts foaming from the mouth, whatever. They're trying to kick us out of the club, and I'm like, I'm the responsible one, and I'm like, yo, drink some water. Right, so luckily he was able to halfway tell me the truth, so that I could save his life. But like a lot of times it's just about like, did you eat that day? Were you hydrated? These are the things that you should be. I'm talking about being responsible, being an adult. If you ain't gonna be an adult about it, you should not be indulging.
That's true. I think one of the things also that you definitely have to, look out for is. You definitely have to make sure that you eat. I didn't say eat a balanced meal and shit like that, but you need to definitely
eat a balanced meal.
Well, no, I was gonna say eat something that's really gonna stick to your stomach. So
that's true.
You're like potatoes or
rice, carbs.
Something.
Those are the times that a slice of pizza would help you absorb all the alcohol. Or not mixing things together. You don't want to come in there with pills and weed and coke and everything else in your system. Like, try to have just limited, things that you're going to put, because your body is really sacred. It's not used to having all that stuff bottled up inside of you. So, like, if you want to preserve, if you're about preservation, you want to live long, just like do some research. For real. There's websites out here just for you druggies that will tell you how to be more responsible. And you could have these tips on how to be aware of things that are not necessarily natural or whatever your advice is. So, yeah. Then we talk about, there's some things that happen in Seattle with marijuana, speaking of which.
Yeah, I think they're actually they're getting ready to do away with all of their
convictions,
their previous weed convictions.
15 years of marijuana convictions.
The last 15 years of weed convictions, they're getting ready to do away with them, which is great and whatnot. So
it's great, but what does it have to do with the future of weed? Like, are we now saying like everybody can smoke? Yay! Preschool, middle school, high school, hey, everybody can smoke now?
No, I think that
if we're saying like this was just menial, this is minuscule. Everybody.
Well, at least we know they'll be expunged. They should be expunged from the record. Over
but
the
is
last
that
15.
giving our the forwarding generation the okay to go out here and smoke now? Are we cool with it? Are we cool with our 13 and 14-year-olds smoking weed now?
Well, it depends. Because the thing about it, it's still. There's still age restrictions on when you can smoke weed, how much weed you can smoke, and whatnot. Also, the level of consequence that comes with it, whether it's years, a year, a few months, a death ticket, depending on how the weed is being ingested. So I mean, but it's a good thing that still, nevertheless. I don't know. Sharika wanted to ask one last question. Is an ecstasy made in the basement? Um,
Ecstasy, yes.
Ecstasy is made.
MDMA, no.
Yeah, so you can get your
No. Meth.
Yeah, meth is made in
Meth
the
is
base.
laboratory made. That's made of like shit that you can find in your
Right,
household.
because it's in a certain type of environment in terms of whether dampness is present or whatnot. So dampness is present or heat is present. So those are important questions. Are we ready? Once again we're getting ready to go into another break. This is Trip Over
Okay.
Radio Show with your boy Will B K,
And K Kapoor
and we're in alternative means.
of psychedelic masturbation. Don't do that no more. Don't pause in the middle.
We'll be right back.
I'm sexy, but don't test me. No need to undress me. I'm feisty. I love myself. I'm more than an object, but don't be surprised that my clothes hang off all my assets. Yeah. Amusing, confusing, to be boring. I'm all in. I want to release some stress. I'm happy, don't tap me. The little things annoy me. I'm crazy, but I'm the best. I'm the best, don't test me. I'm the best, just arrest me for committing crimes. I write all the time, get ready for this hurricane. I'm the best, I'm stress-free. I'm the best, just delivering all these words of truth, just from me to you. Don't say a word, I'm living proof. I'm honest, to be honest, brutally, but not conscious. I'm sorry, I'm not perfect yet. Employ me, explore me, promise that you'll always adore me before me, but no one else. I'll lick him, then I'll kick him all over. I'm over, head and heels, I'm his favorite mess. Accept me and my obscenities. Be thankful I'm not your enemy. I'm serious, but don't get me upset. I'm the best, don't test me. I'm the best, just arrest me for committing crimes. I write all the time, get ready for this hurricane. I'm the best, I'm stress-free. I'm the best, just delivering all these words of truth, just from me to you. Don't say a word, I'm living proof. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best, don't test me. I'm the best, just arrest me for committing crimes. I write all the time, get ready for this hurricane. I'm the best. I'm the best.
Hey, you can listen to the Trip Over Radio Show, an alternative means of psychedelic masturbation, on S Street Media, Ustream.tv.
Mm-hmm.
I'm K Kapoor.
Your boy Will B K.
And we're okay.
Yes.
Are you okay?
I hope so.
Are you experienced?
I'm just saying, man. I hope the tips that we were giving folks on healthy drug use was helpful.
I hope so too.
Saying, man, this is a mother. I wish I had some type of drug info when I was using them.
That would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
That would have been nice, like knowing that milk supposedly Milk sobers you up.
MILF?
Milk,
Oh.
like dairy, drinking dairy or having coffee, sobers you up. My best remedy for sobering up, even though this doesn't happen to me anymore because I'm experienced enough to know what to do to my body, but a damn nap. Just go to sleep. That shit is magical.
A nap
Lay
is
your ass
sleep.
down.
Naps are very short term. Sleep is what's needed, because you end up being out for hours.
Well, I was at a party one time where there was some edibles being served, and we were trying to get back home, my friends and I, after having. I think the person who was serving these edible, because what she does is she infuses all the food with THC, right? So at the end of the party, I think we were just like, so she has a section where there's food that's tainted and there's food that's not tainted, like safe food that's not infused. And so, like, if you mix those things up because it's tasty, you'll just be effed the hell up. Right?
Shit.
So she'll tell you, like, the best thing to do is, like, to stay hydrated. She has signs all over the party that says, stay hydrated. You're not going to die. It's safe. You're not going to overdose. Calm down. Like, first and foremost, calm your ass down. Eat regular food. You know, don't keep eating the THC infused food. And lo and behold, just lay your ass down. Go to sleep. It'll pass. Like, you have to know that you can't panic. It has to pass. That's for weed. For other things, I'm not so sure. I don't know how to avoid a cocaine overdose. I don't know how to avoid a heroin overdose. I don't know how to avoid a meth overdose. But I know you cannot overdose on shrooms or weed. I do know that.
Well, I know you can take probably one of those naloxone.
Yeah, they do have a drug. They have an injection, like an EpiPen, sort of, that you can take and inject someone with. That's possibly overdosing.
Yeah,
Where did we get it from? The pharmacy?
I think you can get it from the pharmacy.
Is it free?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's a good question.
It has to be free.
And then I know that they have them at certain rehab facilities.
Okay.
That I think you can get. I think they'll give it to the person.
I think it's a prescription based thing. In my mind, you go to your doctor, you're like, yo, I do drugs. Give me a prescription. And it's something like you have on hand, like an EpiPen. We need to find more out about that.
Yeah, but you can.
We do. What are you doing with your face? That's important.
Well, I drink water.
No, you're picking at it.
Oh my gosh, it's not really a pick. It's more of like a dig.
Well, that's gross.
No, it's bothering me. It's all right. I won't do it anymore.
Well, you know where weed is not legal?
Where's weed not legal at?
Canada.
It's not right. You're right. It's not legal yet. It is not.
But
legal.
when will it be?
October
17th.
Oh, 13th, isn't it?
17th.
October 13th. It's either the 13th or 17th.
It's not. It's the 17th.
But it's mid-October.
Because we did research yesterday, and it's right here on my paper. And it says it's not either. The shit right here says the 17th. I'm just letting you know that.
Okay, I was just making sure that's what I said. But yeah, legal. It's going to be legal in Canada. So there's only a limited amount of things that you can actually do right now in Canada. But they're getting ready to introduce something. What are they getting ready to introduce?
Well, it's something called a ritual box. Well, they want people to, like, the Canadians want. There's a group. There's a company out in Canada that wants people to sample strains. Like, you have to be a connoisseur of weed, right? So, like, they want you to know, but you want to taste, the flavors and
the strains,
different strains, and like how does it make you feel? So they want all of those connoisseurs to come out and sample these certain types of weeds. They want like 4 to 5 people that are really experienced. And then when they do that, they're going to have these so-called ritual boxes that will have weed according to whatever your preference is. So, like, for example, if you like the weed that makes you feel euphoric and creative, then they'll be like, okay, we'll custom make this box for you. If you like something that makes you feel a little bit more sedated and you have it at the end of the night, then they'll custom make this box for you. If you want something that makes you feel peppy and uppy and alert, then they'll have this box catered to you. And so they want to kind of have it consumed where you can purchase these boxes based on your type.
So right, so they want you to have the whole total cannabis experience, you know, from roll up to smoke up, I guess. I mean, and they're paying these connoisseurs to be their, I guess, their representative. How much are they paying them an hour?
I think they're offering $50.
$50 an hour.
But then they'll give you, you know, samples afterwards. They'll probably give you a custom made box. I don't know.
I wonder what I guess what would constitute what are some attributes to being, I guess, a connoisseur?
You're asking me?
I'm just saying, what do you think would be a connoisseur?
Oh, what makes someone a connoisseur?
Yes.
Someone who drinks and sleeps marijuana. Someone who studies it and knows. Like, have you ever heard of Leafly? Was it Leafly?
Yeah,
Leafly. Leafly is a site for cannabis users that will tell you what the strain does. And so based on this particular strain, if you don't like something that's going to have you real doped out and feeling like real heavy, then you would avoid it. And so it'll tell you that, oh, it's a hint of banana and apricot, and it's, you know, earthy, or this one makes you feel like this. So yeah, so what makes you a connoisseur is being able to taste these hints of apricot and peach infused strains, or you know what, I felt like this afterwards, or this made me feel really alert and really creative. So that makes a connoisseur. I'm not. I'll smoke a strain and be like, oh, it tastes like sweet. I'm not gonna know if it had apricot, peach, or strawberry in it. It was just a little bit fruitier to me, fruity. I'm not a connoisseur, but there are people that are like, oh, yo, you're going to feel, okay, for example, I met this connoisseur. I know he was a connoisseur. After this particular boat ride where they have this infused marijuana tainted love, has this infused party, I met this gentleman outside named Seth. Shout out to you, Seth, because he's a weed connoisseur. He doesn't mind it. Mm-hmm. He had a kit like they're talking about in Canada. This company, Alat. This company Alat in Canada that's trying to make these ritual boxes. He had something like that, and he had a variation of strains inside of this box, and he had one pen with like 15 different cartridges, and he said, okay, try this is called blah blah blah, and this is going to make you feel this way, and when you inhale it you're going to feel this, and blah 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 blah. So he had it down to a science. This dude has been studying what these strains do for him his whole life, probably his whole fucking life.
Wow.
So I believe that he could be one of these, you know, samplers.
Well, you think that I guess the fascinating thing about weed is it more so? Is there ever going to be an ultimate high? How do you entice the high? Does the high is the potency of the weed? Is it the flavor of the weed? What's ever going to constitute the perfect high? Or is it all just a meshed blend of the flavor, of the potency, of the apparatus that you use, whether it's a pen, whether it's still the blunt, or whether it's, you know, there's always something new that's coming out to enhance the longevity of it, or I don't know.
That's a great question you're asking.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think there's some people have like limitless, they have a limitless amount that they can intake. Right, I think that some people are like can never just get too high. Mm-hmm. I've seen people smoke. They'll buy a quarter and smoke a whole quarter in a couple of hours. I've seen people smoke halves and smoke the whole thing and still be looking for more weed. I don't know how high you can really get. I'm not a weed smoker necessarily, so I don't know how high, but I do think it's a matter of preference. If your objective is to go to sleep, then you can find some weed that's gonna make you real sleepy. If your objective is to be creative and you write a song, then that's the perfect weed. That's the perfect weed. I don't know what that is for other people who smoke, but I think everybody's is a matter of perspective. I think that might be the answer.
It could be. You know, if
I
you
want to
have
go home.
with me, I can't take you.
No, I'm tired.
Oh my god.
I can't talk no more.
You keep talk. You keep talking. I love the way you run your mouth. I love it. I really do. I really do. Anyway, we are going to end the show pretty soon. We got one more going on our last break. And this is the Trip Over Radio Show. And once again, we're going to hear Kate Kapoor's music. That's the young lady that you're hearing in the background. So
That's
happy.
me. He's talking about me, guys.
So happy. So happy.
I'm happy, not so happy.
Anyway, Trip Over Radio Show don't turn to means a psychedelic masturbation with your boy Will be.
Kate Kapoor.
That's so fast.
See, you're never satisfied.
I'm trying to be.
Maybe you're just like your mother.
I can't be because I don't know.
You're
what
never
she-
satisfied.
She's never satisfied.
Why do we scream at each other?
What?
This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're listening to us. I'm Kay Kapoor, and that's Will B. K back there. He's gathering his thoughts. And so, like, if he didn't have me here on this Trip Over Radio show, it would be, subpar. And because I don't want that, I have to come here and enhance his life in major ways. So let's give it up for Will B. K, y'all.
Wow. Ain't that a trip? That is a true trip, Kay Kapoor.
Yeah, you're right.
She's
What? Go ahead, say
is-
something stupid.
Kay Kapoor is always in. We've always had this discussion of who's the person that actually is keeping the Trip Over Radio show pants up, so to speak.
Huh?
And she thinks it's her, and we all know that it's really
Me.
not.
You know that it's
You
her.
know, it's
We know that my life without you would be terrible, but with you is so much more.
oh, don't,
I couldn't figure out how I could.
now I forgot what it was. With you, no, yeah. Without you, my life is nothing, and with you, I'm so much more.
Hmm.
That's how it goes.
Well, you want to go so we can have some fun afterwards?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up. That's the good thing about doing the show and being able to get high or intoxicated after. It's always a trip or a blip. We thank everyone that came on tonight. Sebastian,
What? Solomon the artiste.
Solomon the artiste that was started off on the Cupcake Caddy radio show and sat in a little bit for the Triple Radio show. Thank you. All the people that poked their head in on my live and Kay Kapoor's live as well. We appreciate it. Thank you for putting up with our zaniness and craziness as usual. We're here. Next week, are you doing Cupcake Caddy next week?
No,
Hopefully.
the week after.
The week after.
She lives.
She lives again, but at least you can expect to see Kay Kapoor here on the trip over with her boy,
Will B. K.
and whatnot. Well, where else can they find you, Kay Kapoor?
Well, they can find me on Instagram. They can find me in the club. Bottles full of bud, mama. I got what you need. I'm not into having sex. I'm into making love. Just come give me a hug if you're into getting rubbed. You can find me on Instagram at the Cupcake Caddy Radio Show. And you can find me at Facebook at the Cupcake Caddy Radio Show. And all the C's in real life that we spell cupcakes would be K. Because I'm K, Katrina Cupcake Caddy. Caddy's with the K. So you'd be able to find me there. Where can they find you, Will B. K?
KB Will. You can find me on William Kirksey.
No, you can't.
They can't find me there? Why not?
Because they can only find you on the Triple Radio Show because that's what you're representing.
Bobby Douglas, what's going on? How you doing, man? I know it's always good to see Bobby, great drummer, Bobby Douglas, part of Ray Chu's band. And also,
What's up, Bobby?
And he was also a drummer for Taylor Dane.
What's up, Bobby?
I know you still do some touring with Taylor. So what up, Bobby? It's good to see you on here. Valley Green, hey, hi, ho, ho, ho. Oh, I don't have my thing on anybody. Yeah, we're just getting ready to sign off here. So yes, you can find me on William Kirksey on Facebook. Also, you can find me on Trip Over Radio Show on Instagram. You can also find me on WILLBEEKAY, Will B. K on Instagram. You can also find me on
That's ridiculous.
S.STREET Media _WB.
Nobody's
on-
remembering that.
on,
Just tell them to find your Triple Radio Show. That's it.
Stop telling me
That's
what
it,
to do,
right?
man.
Somebody's shaking their head in the background because they understand that it's about convenience. Now they have to remember Will B. K. They have to remember William Kirksey. They have to remember Triple Radio Show. You're doing too. People are lazy, you know.
I know. The
Right? So you
expert.
just make it easy for them to find you. You can find Will B. K. at the Triple Radio Show, period. If you type in Triple Radio Show, I promise you everything's going to pop up. And you're going to see things that make you laugh hysterically, things that make you cry, things that make you think, and things that make you get high. I get high.
Every day.
High.
Every night.
High.
When I'm masturbating.
High. Bye.
Say so abruptly. Bye. Anyway, we'll be back here next week, and we'll have some more guests and more zaniness and more craziness on the Trip Over Radio Show. Say goodnight, Kay Kapoor.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. I'm about to be out of
same since. I know that we hit a low, but girl, we can't quit. Every time I'm on the phone, you say the same shit. How you make to leave them low, but girl, you can't quit. I'm not here for making up, I had to say this. Every time he hit you up, you on the same shit. I'ma leave it up to looking up your playlist. Hoping that you fall in love, that's why I'm saying this. How we gon' settle, baby. We gon' give up on this thing when we done metal, baby. Cause you're my prize, I need you by my side. I need my ride or die, I need you in my life. How we gon' settle, baby. We gon' let all this go, I know I get a lot of no. Can't let you go, put you in my shows, I need you from home, singing all my songs. How we gon' settle, baby. I'ma fix it if you let me, baby. It ain't no way that I'm gon' settle, baby. Cause you ain't knowing us can settle, baby. I know things ain't been the same, you been the same since. I know that we hit a low, but girl, we can't quit. Every time I'm on the phone, you say the same shit. How you need to leave them low, but girl, you can't quit. I'm not here for making up, I had to say this. Every time he hit you up, you on the same shit. I'ma leave it up to looking up your playlist. Hoping that you fall in love, that's why I'm saying this. You gon' miss out on the real thing. See you on the baby, she wouldn't feeling real pain. When you talking to your friends and tell them about the guy, tell them all the truth and please don't lie. See, I never was aggressive. I ain't got a fake for them to impress her. Sending praises to the Lord because it blesses. No weapon formed against a nigga never test us. Got a message. Every nigga acting phony, not your homie. Maybe you don't really know me. I had to step out of my pride, listen from the other side. I see why you be hating, cause I'm busy with the side. I know that we hit a low, but girl, we can't quit. Every time I'm on the phone, you say the same shit. How you like to leave them low, but girl, you can't quit. I'm not here for making up, I had to say this. Every time he hit you up, you on the same shit. I'ma leave it up to looking up your playlist. Hoping that you fall in love, that's why I'm saying this. Think about it. 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 Think about it.